It's not every day that I get completely blindsided on a WFA course about something that has to do with navigation and search and rescue, but that's what happened last weekend. Let's talk about it. Welcome back, everyone. Okay, so here is what happened. We were talking about search and rescue and how if you're calling for a search and rescue, it's good to give the people that are coming for you both a latitude and longitude, as well as a distance from a known location. So like, here's our latitude and longitude, and we are 12 miles due south of XYZ, right? A mountain peak, something easy to find. And then someone in the class pointed out that they were using a thing called what three words. And I said, what three words? And he said, no, that's what it's called, what three words. And I said, what three? It was very Abbott and Costello.
Go ahead and tell me. Who? The guy on first. Who? The first base. Who is on first?
What Three Words is an app that you download onto your phone, and it essentially translates your location on the Earth to three different words. They've covered the Earth in a grid of squares that are about 10 feet across, which on the best of days is what GPS accuracy is like. And they've given each of these squares three words that will locate that position on the surface of the Earth. For example, right now I am located at Drill Tuned Crate. This sounds like a great system. The problem with latitude and longitude is it's a string of numbers. The bigger issue that I see it with latitude and longitude is that you can have a latitude and longitude number that uses degrees and a decimal like this, or it can have degrees, minutes, seconds like this. And those two systems are not easy to sort of translate, and it screws up search and rescue pretty frequently. Because of this problem, a lot of people that navigate using maps, which I will say is getting fewer and fewer, a lot of people switch to UTM, Universal Transmercator, which is sort of like metric for maps. It breaks down the system into a bunch of grid squares and gives each of them a much shorter number, and it's far easier to determine your location. So this system, which you download onto your phone, translates your position to three words, and it sounds like a very good idea. You know, you can, instead of reading off a long list of numbers, you can give these three words to whoever is coming to get you, and it's relatively straightforward, right? I should point out the person that was telling me about this oversaw dispatching search and rescue in the state of North Carolina, and the state of North Carolina is using what three words. Now, the system is not without flaws. The first flaw that I see is, A, you have to have a working cell phone. You don't have to have cell service, but you have to have a working cell phone, which means your battery has to be charged. The app downloads all of the data and then uses your GPS on your phone that will work even if you don't have cell service. So in that sense, it's fine. But if your battery is dead, you don't have access to the three words, which is problematic. This is a big part of why I don't recommend using cell phones for navigation, despite me telling people that all the time. They're still using, most everyone is still using their phones for navigation. I just think it's a bad idea. The other problem, the biggest problem that I see, is that someone who is in an emergency situation is completely stressed, and then they have to relate the three words via radio or cell phone to 911 or whatever the search and rescue responding group is. And my concern is words that sound alike or plurals. So it's very easy if your word is run smoothly, I don't know, refrigerator, to make it runs smoothly refrigerator, or vice versa. Dropping an S, adding an S, I think is a very common thing. And those two locations are nowhere near each other. That's problem one. Problem two is words that sound alike when you say them over the phone or the radio, but are actually different words. So words like once and once, O-N-C-E and W-A-N-T-S, sound exactly the same over the radio or over a cell phone, but are completely different words and will put you in different places. And that, I think, is pretty problematic. That one actually concerns me. Some people are complaining that it doesn't take into account elevation, which for us as adventurers in the outdoors, I'm not that worried about that. But here's the thing, and here is what I think is the real problem, is What Three Words is owned by a private company. It is not open source. And they're allowing users, individuals like myself or like you, who are going out and doing things, to use it for free, but they're selling the technology to companies who are then using it. So the altitude issue might be a problem if you were, say, having a delivery brought to your house and you used What Three Words to get the delivery there. So like, there's no way to differentiate inside that 10-foot square box which front door is mine and which is my neighbor's. Those are concerns for I think the business implementation of this, but I'm less concerned about it as I see us using it for search and rescue. Here is the other issue for this. I don't think most adventurers really need it. Yes, in theory, you could take out your phone, find the latitude and longitude, and give that to search and rescue that's coming for you, and screw up that latitude and longitude number. But more often, we're seeing rescuers who are just sending their location with the press of a button. I can do it on my PLB. A lot of people are using inReaches, which just send the location off. Even sailors are using AIS for search and rescue in conjunction with an EPIRB that is just sending off your location. You don't have to do anything. And VHF radios with DSC are sending off your location without you having to read a number or anything like that. So I think that this is a great solve for a problem that, at least for us, doesn't really exist. But I still thought it was interesting. I'm curious now, it makes you wonder, what other things am I missing that are out there that I know nothing about? It looks like this has been out for about a year. And it's a neat idea, but I think there are definitely some flaws to it. So there is a great video, which I was directed to learn more about this, called What's Wrong with What Three Words, which is super good. I'll put a link down below for it. I'm curious what you think about it. Please leave a comment down below as to what you think about sort of this and other things like it. I should probably do a video just on why you should not use your phone for navigation and search and rescue. If you're interested in that, leave a comment below and I'll make a video about it. But yeah, so that's my thoughts on What Three Words, and I was super glad that someone brought it up on that course. It's one of the things I really love about teaching those wilderness first aid courses. So yeah, if you like this, do me a favor, hit like, hit subscribe. My books are on Amazon, and I'll see you on the water.